Sup, bitches? It's finally time for my, hold on a second, 400th video! Finally made it this far, and I'm finally gonna talk about Muppets from Space! Hell yeah! And if any of you say about anything about my freaking unicorn outfit, I'm gonna get punched in the face for it. Also, it's getting hot in this thing. And I'm very rich and proud of it. Okay. Let me just put this on the side. Muppets from Space. Okay, first of all, it's been a long time since I wanted to talk about one of the Muppet movies. For a very long time since I reviewed the first one, the other one, Muppets. Well, I didn't talk about Taking Manhattan yet. There's also The Great Muppet Caper, which I already reviewed a long time ago. And I haven't even talked about the other ones from the late 90s that got so much better and hilarious. Muppet Treasure Island and Muppet Christmas Carol. But I had to decide to talk about, well, most likely, this one right away. On my last channel, I really want to review this movie. This one will be pretty easy to talk about. I watched this movie so many times, I never get tired of seeing the same thing over and over again. This movie's story plot is plain and simple. We all know that Muppets have been around for a very long time, and here's the front cover of it. I like the front cover, it looks pretty cool. On DVD, it came out years ago. Had to celebrate its 20th anniversary. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this movie right away. This movie focuses on Gonzo. That he doesn't know what he is or supposed to be.
What do you mean? What?
There's like these great celebrities in these movies, just like in the great, well, Muppets Tonight Show.
Who said that? I don't know. Maybe it's the rat who tried it out of the window.
Still got some good humor.
But I forgot my reindeer. Oh, I'm sorry, but don't.
The film's about our main character, Gonzo, that doesn't feel like he's a member of the Shibboleth family. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, this movie has that classic 70s soundtrack. And don't believe me? Keep listening. Count how many times they play that soundtrack. So after all these years, the Muppets are living in one place. In that rabbit's cameo.
Oh, Nick! I stuck my fabulous new job today. Will you make us stop TV journalists have any book you know? TV journalists?
Yeah, Miss Piggy. Well, it will not be a perfect movie without her. Miss Piggy in this one becomes a news reporter. And there's our main character, Dolores and Waldo. And there's Hey. And still got a bit of humor in it. Gonzo feels like he's left out in the family, and Kermit does feel sorry for him. And I like how the music plays very emotionally in this scene. I really enjoyed this scene so many times. I really feel sorry for Gonzo that he doesn't know where his family is. I mean, he did say a little bit of his backstory that he did not explain the first. Oh, in the first movie, let's say Go There Someday. It's narrated late for like already 20 years later. He also gets a message from the cereal. He accidentally spelled the word.
Watch the sky.
Yeah, watch the sky. And Rizzo the rat, as his roommate, doesn't believe him. Then he accidentally spells it again and gets a telescope. And gets a word. I'll let him say it.
Are you there?
And not only that,
Top secret national security facility.
yeah, we get that Muppet Bear explain the rest.
Welcome. I'm on schedule, sir.
Yeah, this is Ed, the main villain of this movie.
Well, it's simple.
And there's like,
This could be vandalism, a practical.
not only that, there's like, Are You There from his stereo.
Lucky enough to capture these.
There's like also these other words in part of the world too. And there's this scene.
Vandalism, a practical joke. Oh, now you see that. That's what I said, General.
How is that vandalism that someone randomly wrote those down and nearly like hours ago, nearly a morning, minutes ago? I like the bear. He's pretty funny. Oh yeah, he's from the Muppets Tonight Show. So Gonzo waits on top of the sky, and this movie cannot catch a break for like nearly a couple of seconds. We get to this scene. A random lightning strikes him, and yeah, this happens. And we get inside his cosmic mind. Whether the director or the writers were high doing this scene, that sounds about right. And he meets a cosmic fish that...
People have been trying to reach you. My people? Are they fish too? No. We all have the same as we.
that they want to make sure he leaves a sign.
So it's time to ask.
I'll just fast forward this scene, and hopefully I don't get copyrighted from that music playing. He uses a lawnmower to leave a sign saying, in the word, I'm here. Rizzo and Pippi try to see that he's being delusional when they tricked him to think he's one from outer space, like he's that fan, to make him build a jacuzzi tub, which he does, and make sure bake a cake and make everything like a party. Shep that does not show up until like later on to the film.
Your idea, and you'll have to tell.
Also, we get the doctor and his assistant Beaker thinking he got the signal from outer space that people are calling him home, but mistaken hears the television go on. So if he goes there, or just to know he's actually there.
Him.
Alright, Miss Piggy is just an assistant. And here's the scene that makes no sense.
Hey, look, it's a new show.
Now hold the phone. How is Miss Piggy stage fright after all this time? I mean, she's been doing acting since the 70s and 80s. But she's afraid? What sense does that make? And she has a arena from these people. So Gonzo lets him know that he's there, and then...
Great!
the other Muppets, including Kermit and the others, saying that they'll pick him up. And Ed is watching and finally meets him. And he calls his agent, secret agent alien people, and there's Rob Schneider in it. There's great celebrities in these movies. And there's you'll see who it is later on. They get the news report, she wants it. But one of the agent spy, this guy, stops her right there. Secret agent. And we get to the coolest scene of this movie. See Miss Piggy fight this secret agent man. Ooh, right in the nut shot. Ha ha ha. Anyhow, they come visit where they live at, and he explains where there's a secret base, and she now knows.
As ambassador over Earth.
So, Gonzo and Rizzo the Rat and meets Ed.
Welcome.
And I'm to Earth. That he's from outer space.
Me too, my friend.
It makes him comfortable. That she gets a story. And they have to meet use technology to save Gonzo. The jar thing that can do little doors. The Belky spray that'll make them go invisible. And a perfect perfume thing to mesmerize people to do their bidding.
No nostrils. How do you smell?
Awful. Trust me, I'm his roommate.
Yeah, Ed doesn't like to be laughed at, which will be foreshadowing in the movie.
Names like Wacko.
Yeah, very harsh words. And
Hogan?
yeah, Hulk Hogan is in this movie. Last time I saw him, I was talking about Gremlins 2, the new batch. I said he was in the movie. Now that's awesome. As a random cameo. And we're gonna have the camera. Ratso, Rizzo the Rat. It's the others, as in Rats.
When will they be?
It was. Gonzo doesn't even know when they'll show up, and they have to examine his brain. So it's up to the Muppets to save them. There another montage of classic 70s soundtrack and seeing Rizzo the Rat getting tortured.
Anything for celebrity.
King Bear is famous for his work.
Channeling my voice through this sandwich.
So it gives a signal from a sandwich of the aliens transformed to it, while our bear character listens closely. And they have the land at Cape Doom, so they know where he lives at. So Miss Piggy uses that spray thing to force the security guard to forget what he's doing and lets them go in. While Rizzo the Rat makes a hole to make their escape. They use the invisibility ducky spray. Yeah, there are a bit of hijinks ensuing that they can't see. We also get to one of my most favorite characters in this movie.
Hello.
I freaking love this guy. He's so funny. But I do realize he did make a first appearance in the Muppet Tonight Show. And then he did show up in this movie. It's the first time I actually saw this guy. I love this guy's design. He's like a mix to Dr. Frankenstein's character. With those big ears, those goggles, his crazy hairdo, and those scientist gloves, and his nerdy voice fits it all perfectly. Anyhow, Fuzzy, being the comedy relief of the group, tries to be a pure genius to wash his hands while using the bathroom, and gets spotted by you-know-who celebrity. Around the scene. And starts wearing off in the scene.
Wow. I should go change, okay?
That's also funny. So they have to dress up as scientists and the scene. Those eyes. Anyhow, Rizzo the Rat get rid of Saint Gonzo while he distracts the scientists, and the other Muppets dress up as doctors, which is also funny. And the rats are also there. I just pop out of nowhere and start attacking the mad scientists. They save Gonzo just in time. They're being humiliated. And the scene. Almost forgot to mention Animal is the best character in this movie too. As Laneless Ladies. Anyhow, they make their heroic escape, and they still don't believe them. And they got translated to a sandwich, and they have to go to Cape Doom and wait for the family are waiting for him. And he gets it a big weapon. They go to the beach, which everybody is there, and uses that thing against her, make her do her. Use that spray thing and make her forget what she was doing and give her coffee. Yeah. And Professor Von Neuter is a good guy now.
Rich, it's all right. Take it easy. It's all right.
Yeah, all right.
You don't understand. We let him slide, and he gave us a ride.
Yeah. I love all my new rat friends now. Come on, who wants this next marshmallow boy?
Believe that?
Look at that.
Hey.
Okay. Anyhow.
Fellas, look who's here over here.
And there's Mr. Everything's there too. They waited hours and hours, and they finally got to meet Gonzo's family from outer space. And they play that song, Celebration, Come On. And I gotta admit, this scene is also pretty awesome. And they start partying, and then they congratulate him by firing him out of the cannon, and then Ed shows up to ready to blast him from laughing at him.
What's so funny?
And luckily, the bear pulls out his only thing to blast him. Yeah. And now they make Ed as a advisor.
You as ambassador to our planet.
Yeah, ambassador. whatever.
You mean you want me to go with you?
Yeah.
Boldly go where no man has gone?
And he's a good guy now.
Great privilege, then.
Sure, why not?
May I call you Silo?
Kind of a start.
Alright, let's wrap this up.
Well, I just want to tell you.
And I gotta admit, this scene also made me cry when I was younger. But since I'm older now, it's very heartwarming that he's about to leave his family. It's very touching that he doesn't do goodbye. It's kind of sad.
So right? Oh, yeah, sure. All right. I'll be in the mailbox every couple of light years.
Yeah.
Hey, adios, Mr. Spaceman, okay?
Hey, man, you can say goodbye and you'll never get home.
Oh, yeah. Home.
I like how the music suits the scene pretty well. But Gonzo refuses and stays home.
Thank you for going to so much trouble to find me. I can't go.
His real home is on Earth. So it's his decision. The movie wraps up right here. And that was Muppets from Space. I friggin' love it. Woo! This movie is fun, it's funny, and I think it's the only movie that doesn't have the Muppets singing. It just plays classic 70s soundtrack ever existed. I would just say it's kind of a worthy, good movie. Those of them like it or not. It made me laugh. Made me feel emotional. It made me enjoy all those classic Muppet movies I had to review so far. And someday I'll talk about the video games. Especially the NES one. They'll have some good classic development characters. Simple story. Playing as family. Not to mention great soundtrack. Wonderful backgrounds and recent music. I can give this movie a quick solid 6 out of 10. And if it wasn't such a short film for like an hour and 20 minutes, I love all the character Muppets. You know, they're just there, come and go as they please. Got some good humor in it. It's pretty wonderful to talk about a great classical film that's been around for 20 years. But someday I'll talk about the other Muppet movies in the near future. So this has been my 400th video, everyone. Duh, yeah. Rock and load. But anyways, I'll get on to my other video gameplays. Have a bit of swearing in them too. But for now, I'll see you guys next time. Farewell for now.